Melinda's Art Space, and today we've got another art journal page, catching up on the ones that I've done in the last couple of months but haven't edited. So this is Mission September. Mission Inspiration is like I call it a recipe for art journaling. It's an 8-piece prompt to sort of give you an idea of what to put on your page. They're very vague, so you can interpret them however you like. So we also get 3 colours, so while I'm chopping up all this paper, I'm just cutting up some scrap paper out of my scrap paper bin left over from another project I did into 2-inch squares. I'll tell you more about that in a minute, so while you're watching me cut squares. And I do apologise if you hear rain and thunder and lightning. This is the 4th time I've sat down at the computer and I swear someone's watching over my shoulder. She's at the computer, lets thunder and lightning louder and rain louder. I swear. Because it's the 4th time I've sat down, I go away for an hour and do something, the weather calms down, and then I come back and lo and behold, there's thunder at the moment. If I play this back and it's too loud, I will obviously redo the voiceover, but I'm going to persist. Okay, so 3 suggested colours for this month was mustard, peacock and slate. Didn't really follow these, don't have to follow suggested colours. 5 suggested words, you don't have to follow them. So it was quilt, feather, leaf, time and home. And home and quilt sort of spoke to me. As I know, I didn't know where I was going with this art journal page, but quilt sort of stood out to me. I do want to learn quilt making. I am collecting Halloween fabric at the moment to make quilts, and I think I do have enough to make a king single, which is the size of my bed, quilt. Yeah, I don't start on small things, do I? No. I'm a feet all in person. I don't do small. I should. Story of my life. So just gluing these squares down into my recycled or altered book. This is the Lion book that actually has split into 2, so I've got 2 mini books now. It popped its cover. I'm working on removing more pages from my art journal. The problem is I stick too much stuff in them. Like this turns the pages into being very, very thick, because this is cardstock I'm sticking down. So imagine cardstock and paper, and there's 2 pages I think glued together here as well. So it makes fairly thick pages in the book, but I do love it. So it's one way to strengthen up your pages in your altered books, is just cover them with cardstock. I didn't want to use Mod Podge because I wanted to paint and do more stuff over the top. So step 1 was actually paper fragments. So my paper fragments are on my page. So just folding the book because I did go over the fold, so the fold would work, and just trimming off the edge pieces. I did line it up with one side of the book and worked from that's the right hand side to the left hand side. There's my lovely meerkats. Don't know how I'm going to finish that page. I sort of was just sticking one night. So that was step 1, so paper fragments. So was quite fragmented. I like how it looks. I'm happy with this page. It's very different to what I do. So the next one was thin washes, 2 colours. So I grabbed some of my Martha Stewart satiny paints and water them down, because what I want to do is take out the white and sort of go over it as a glaze. So sort of to tie all the pieces together. It didn't work as well as I thought it would look in my head, but that's alright. Things in my head often come out of my head in a totally different way. So just watering down the paints and putting a thin wash of the slate and the lime green over the top. Mainly, yeah, I wanted to take away the white and sort of tie them together. They're probably a bit bold, and I wanted to push them back in the background, but I didn't want to push them completely back in the background, like whitewash them with gesso or white. So that is a hint. If you do have a white background pattern paper, you can actually paint like a wash, a watered down acrylic paint or a watercolor over it, and totally change the look of the paper. So it just totally changed it. So just fixing some sticky bits. And I do apologise about my lamp being in the top, that's the left, of the camera screen, and it's going to stay there for the majority of the filming. I didn't realise it was like that. When I film, I have about 1.5 inch square, about 2 by 1 inch square on my viewfinder on my camcorder, and it's quite hard for me to see what's actually seen in that, because as you know, I'm as blind as a bat. Okay, so just grab the other half of my Lion book and just using up the excess paint. So obviously the pink and orange was still there, and I'm just covering up the excess bits in green. I tend to do that with excess paint. If I squeeze too much out in a tube, I don't attempt to get it back in the tube, even though these ones you can take the lid off and sort of shove it back down. I just go to an empty page on my art journal and just throw some paint on, and eventually I'll come back and use the pages. I have used several of those pages in November Art Journaling Habit, which is going to turn into November, December, January Art Journaling Habit for me, because I'm not finished, but I do want to finish. And I've not edited a lot of those videos either. I think I got up to 12 and edited 2 in November and did 12 pages, so that was quite a good effort. Deciding what to do on the page, so I thought this looked rather homey, so I went to one of my sketchbooks that I did quite a few years ago. These are all pen and ink, or done with permanent markers and like not penciled in first, and sort of went through a Zentangle phase. I found this to be quite relaxing. I'm not a colouring in person. You give me a pack of pencils and a page to colour in and I will freak out. You know how it's supposed to be stress, like relieving, like art therapy? No, not for me. I'm the total opposite. I need to be more creative. I will sit there and Zentangle the entire page like this and colour in pieces of it, but I need more creativity in my life. So, not knowing what to stick on this page, I decided to recycle some of my art, so I went and scanned it on my computer and printed it out. I do want to sit there one day and scan a lot of these images in so I can manipulate them on my computer, but I spend a lot of time on my computer at work, because I run a couple of websites, and to sit there and scan images, I want to play, I want to get messy in my free time. So yeah, one day. I've got like 4 sketchbooks full of just different things now. I do like to copy when I'm drawing like this. I do like to copy other people's sort of art and draw inspiration from it. So I'll pull up stamps I like, and I'll pull up images on Google and stuff and just sit there and redraw them. More of a redrawer than I pluck it completely straight out of my head. But once I've got an idea from somewhere, I then can go and make different alterations to it to make it my own, if that makes sense. There are flip-throughs of those on my channel. So just sticking those down with a glue stick, good old glue sticks. I think it's a Blue Hoo Yoo-Hoo one. So that was step thin washes. Step 3 was focal image or 2, so we got lots of focal images, and I sort of collage them so it doesn't look like they're different images down the bottom. So step 4 was glue washi tape, tissue or paper strips. So I went to my rather large washi collection. Shh, don't tell anyone. Yeah, we're not going to go there. So I found there, if you saw my washi collection, one day I may show you, but that would be rather embarrassing, so I probably won't do that. Found these really thin washi strips, and I decided to sit there, as I do. I must have been in a very finicky mood this night, very detailed, let's do lots of detailed work, because this took ages. Sticking all the background squares down and then going over all the borders with 2 different types of washi. Some days I'm in a mood for this, and some days I go to do fiddly stuff like this and I want to throw it out the window. But I must have just been in a mood that night, or had a bad day and just wanted to play. I did do this a couple of months ago, not in September. I don't think I've actually hit a mission in the month it came out in and got it edited and uploaded. I tend to do my editing in batches, so I've done, like, over the last couple of days, I think I've done 6 videos, edited and got them ready for uploading. I have a really weird system. I have to film on my video camera while I'm sticking the washi tape down. I film on my video camera. I transfer them to my laptop because my main computer does not have speakers, so I cannot hear any of the voices. I can't hear voices. Oh god, I'm nuts some days. I can't hear voices or tape a voiceover like this on my main computer. So I bought a really crappy laptop for about $300 so I could, quite a few years ago, to do voiceovers and edit videos. So I edit it on the laptop. And then, because I really don't like using my laptop, because I just don't like using it, I do as minimum editing as I can. So I edit the video, do the voiceover, convert it to a video file, stick it on a USB drive, run into my office, halfway down the house, put it in my main computer, do some more editing to it, because I much prefer to work on my main computer than my stupid little laptop, and then upload it from my main computer to YouTube. Then edit it on YouTube, add the description and all that stuff as well. So editing a video for me is quite a process, but it's the process that I have to do to get things done. Basically, the thing I don't like about my laptop is the screen is really small, and I have vision problems. I'm classed as low vision. I don't drive because stupid big roads. Apparently, there's some law that if you have low vision, you can't have a driver's license. Like, how stupid a law. It's probably a good idea I'm not on the road anyway. So yeah, with the low vision and the laptop, I've learnt where things are, so I don't actually have to read any of the text in my film editing software, which is really good. I have a phenomenal memory, so I just know where I'm supposed to be clicking for different things. I don't actually have to read the words. Yeah, digressed a lot. Okay, so I'm adding that washi tape with Liquitex matte gel medium, or it might have been Mod Podge. I can't see what I was using. No, I think it's Mod Podge because it's got a bit of a shiny look to it. So I was using it matte Mod Podge under and over the washi tape because that washi tape is so thin. I decided I needed to stick it down with some extra glue. Plus, because it was going over edges of cardstock, it wouldn't have sat very well. Anyway, so back to Mission Inspiration September. Step 5, splatters, drips or dribbles. Is it just me, or am I finding this year particularly with Mission Inspiration, it may just be me, let me know if you do Mission Inspiration and you find this, a lot of the prompts are starting to repeat themselves in different orders, and I sort of get to the next one. I've been doing Mission Inspiration, I think it's ever since it's been going, I think 2.5 years, maybe 3 years now. I think it might be 3 years this January. And I suppose I'm getting a bit, like drip splatters comes up a lot, add a creative border comes up a lot, focal image comes up a lot. I don't know, maybe my art journaling has gone beyond Mission Inspiration. It was good for a while, and I still enjoy the challenge. I'm not knocking Mike Deacon or not knocking the challenge at all, but I am finding some of the prompts are repetitive. There's only so many times I can drip and splatter stuff on my page. So because I had black stark down the bottom, I thought I would bring some black into the top, which works sort of well. I watered down some black ink spray I had, and it actually went to more of a grey than a black when it dried, which was not what I was looking for, but I was trying to bring that black into the top. Oh, sorry about that black screen. I obviously didn't shove the videos together close enough. I'm not going to go into that again. Okay, so just grabbing my black pen. So next step 6 or 7, I've written the numbers out of order. Oh well, I'm doing them both at once anyway. So I've got down here 7 is doodle or scribble. So I decided to do faux stitching on all the washi tape, even though you can't really see it is washi tape after I scribble on top of it. You can sort of see it if you stick your nose to the page. Oh, I'm in a silly mood today. Shouldn't do voiceovers when I'm in a silly mood. This is what I get for being home alone. I get bored and have to talk to myself. Alexis is not here at the moment, as you can tell. So step, I think 6, I obviously wrote the numbers down in wrong order, or wrote the bits down in wrong order. Handwriting, journal, or phrase. So just finishing off the, sort of doing a scribbly zigzag, looks like machine stitching. I would have went and machine stitched it, but it's a little hard when your thing's stuck in a journal. I might start doing some journal pages just on loose leaf, like watercolour paper, and then I would be able to sew and do all sorts of fun things with them and somehow bind them later. Not sure on that yet. Don't know what journals I'm actually using for 2019. I do need to sit down and work that out, because I've nearly finished a couple of journals, so I do need to get a couple of larger journals. So handwriting, journaling, or phrase. So I just go and put home, the word home, in some random squares. No rhyme or reason where I was putting it. I didn't want to coat the entire thing. But the background was resembling a quilt, so I imagined that if someone made a quilt like this, they may put embroidered wording on a few of them. And the last one was create a border of your choice. And that's a prompt that comes up a lot too. I suppose you've got a border every page, but I don't know. I'll keep doing a couple more missions. I want to finish this year of the Mission Inspirations, and then next year I'll look at them and see. I may move on to some other challenges. I do enjoy the challenges because it does give me a jumping off point, does give me some idea and some direction. So to do my border, I again wanted to bring more black into the page, especially up the top, and I grabbed my black alcoholic marker, black alcohol, maybe I've been on the alcohol, black alcohol marker from Aldi that I got 18 months ago or something like that, and just go around the top. I only have a basic set of 12 alcohol markers, not alcoholic, because I don't do the alcohol colouring. I just use them for this sort of purpose, a bit of basic colouring. So just giving you a bit of a look. Sorry, a bit of a quick look. I do have some still photos at the end for you to peruse and have a closer look. It's a bit hard to get great photos and the colours to stand out. I will leave you there. I've been silly enough in this video. I will go get this one to convert to a video that is acceptable by YouTube, and I will catch you guys again later. Let me know if you do mission inspiration. Are you still enjoying it? Are you still doing it? You don't do it? Never heard about it? I will leave a link to the Facebook group below. Bye for now.